My name is Monika Ochwat Marcinkiewicz. I represent Ekopsychology Society. We are working from 2003 in the Carpathian region, and we are trying work on the field of public participation, but also education of many stakeholder groups. For example, teachers, local administration, national parks and youth. This is, of course, hard work, but we see the effects, and I think it's very good. We can say that our motto is that communication is like breathing. You cannot breathe in advance. So you need to communicate still and with people you meet in your life, but also in your work. The same situation is in public participation process. When you stop communication, you stop being in this process. I would like to say about the good practice we implement. Yes?
Monika, could I ask you to share the full screen? I'm not sure if you are moving your presentation, but we can see still intro. Yes. Oh. And maybe the full screen, if you're able to share also.
No?
No.
No. Maybe you can put my presentation if it's okay, because I'm not good in technical aspects.
But never mind, I think it's still quite okay. We can see the presentation. So if it will be moving, it will be all right.
It's okay now, yes?
Yes, it's not full screen, but we can see it.
Okay, so I would like to say about the good practice we implement in Polish Carpathians during the project Central Parks. And we tested the guidelines on communication between protected areas and local communities. This good practice objectives were more effective communication of biodiversity conservation and sustainable development objectives to local communities. It is very important because very often the administration of the national park, for example, speaks very technical languages, and it's quite difficult to development these objectives to local communities. Raising awareness and support of local communities for the management operation of PA administration. And also it was very important for us to implementation of the Carpathian Convention Article 2.2 and also Carpathian Convention Biodiversity Protocol Article 0.6. Also in all decision of Carpathian Convention, we can see that public participation and participation of the stakeholders is very important for implementation of this document. But very often we forgot about this. These guidelines are available on the website of Central Parks, and I would like to invite you to download this document. I think it's quite interesting. We engage many experts to build this document together in the transnational working group. Why for us the local and regional level is so important? Of course, because the article of the Carpathian Convention also pursued policies guaranteeing public participation in decision-making relating to the protection on the sustainable development of the Carpathians and implementation of this convention. But also we can see that this region is have quite high numbers of protected areas, and it's quite difficult to speaking about development and spatial planning without communication with the locals, because we can see that local community have big problems with development because of the protected areas, neighborhood. Also, this local communication and cooperation is important for the Polish presidency in the Carpathian Convention. It started in 2020 and it would end in 2023. And its priorities is closer cooperation with the local and regional level. Here you can see how many, I cannot show you, but the 90% and all Poland have only 60% of municipalities. So it's quite high in Carpathian of their territory. And we have some municipalities, they have in 100% their territory are protected areas. You can see now the map of the Carpathian region in Poland and the protected area, national parks and Nature 2000 sites. So you can see that it's almost all region. And here you can see also that in Carpathian region we have highest population density in rural areas. So these are the reasons between nature conservation and guidelines. We focus on the communication trainings for the Polish protected managers. Second one, and we were trying to test implementation of guidelines on communication between protected areas and local communities, knowledge and skills of the protected area managers for effective communication with their local stakeholders. Before training, we make some survey what kind of skill or knowledge
Monika,
they would like to improve. And that's what that, yes?
Monika, could you please maybe turn off your video because you have some issue with your network, so it's slowing down. So maybe turn off your video and it could be better.
Okay.
Thank you.
After this survey, we were planning 3 days training. And on the first day, participants divide into smaller groups were involved in analysis of potential opportunities and also benefit resulting from the adoption and implementation of the Carpathian Convention. For the Carpathian protected areas and local document for the region. Afternoon, we have practitioner exercise followed concerning mapping the local community, and it was strictly connected with the guidelines. Part 1, who should be involved, and part 6, how to write a communication plan. Were connected with the stakeholder analysis, stakeholder needs, potential problem areas, and situation and their reasons. It was very interesting because our participants work almost in small groups, but they have similar conflict situation in all protected areas. So very often they could share experience, and it was very good added value of these trainings. Day second was connected with the strong me, attitudes necessary for effective communication, but it was divided into thematic parts: beliefs, communication styles, communication tools, and nonverbal communication. That was very important to strengthen the participants, because very often we focused on our speakers, but it's very important to be strong in our communication. And it was also referred to the guidelines, part 3, how to communicate, basis of the communication. So this part was tested during this second day. And the day 3 was very interesting, because we have concrete conflict situation, and our participants in the smaller teams try to resolve this conflict. And it was also very interesting part of this training. Some pictures of our work. And also quite interesting part of our training was to design and formulate a key message for the future generation. Because very often protectant of the nature and landscape, we forgot what for we are doing this, why we engage in this process. And our participants designed and formulated this key message for the future generation. You can see it's very basic information. Sometimes behind nature cannot defend itself. Nature determines all aspects of our lives. We protect nature for the future generation, not for the people. Nature will survive without man, and man without nature will not. Recreating is more difficult than saving. Cultivate the passion of the explorer in yourself. Awareness raising and education are important. Nature conservation is working for the idea, not expect price for your work. We wonder why do we protect nature? Maybe you already know this. And so very often we can say like motto, and we print this, and all our participants received this diploma or something like this for the wall, to remember what for they are working in this field. A picture of our participants. And second training was focused on the environment conflict mediation and resolution. It was also after the survey, what topic our participants would like to have deep knowledge about. And in the first day, we were saying about the system of the protection, biological diversity and landscape as a source of environment conflicts. We discussed about conflict resolution styles, and also it was a teamwork in groups. And second day was the practical mediation processes with the role-playing exercise, individual trainees, feedback from the group. So our participants have to being mediators and resolve concrete conflict. Some pictures. And the deep report from these trainings is available on the project website. And I would like to say little about the lesson learned after these trainings. All training participants say that this skills and techniques were very useful for them, and they would use this in the future. It was very difficult for us. And also the directors and other participants said that this training was useful institutional capacity building tool. Very often this project, this administration doesn't have money or the time to capacity building, and they use this opportunity to do this. Our participants positively evaluate and personally enjoyed this workshop and the tool we proposed. And also they like this theoretical part and the practical training exercises. We would like to continue this work because we can see that many other skills we can improve and give some opportunity to the exchange information between protected areas, give them the time and the space to have informal conversations and discuss about these problems they have in work. And this is also our recommendation to continue this work and also to implementation Carpathian Convention in this field of public participation process. And that very important is to engage local stakeholder to all processes connected with protected biodiversity and landscape. But also our local administration of the protected area are good actors to share the knowledge about Carpathian Convention and protection of the biodiversity and landscape. And we would like to, of course, replicate this good practice in other Carpathian countries and also continue this work in Poland. Thank you very much.